You're listening to Beyond the Stage from the Carpenter Performing Arts Center at Cal State Long Beach. In each episode, we introduce you to the artists, scholars, students, and arts professionals interpreting our world through the arts.
Hello, hi. Good morning, everybody. I am here today with José Miguel Palacios. He is a film professor in the CSULB Department of Film and Electronic Arts, working in the areas of film history and transnational cinema. His teaching and research interests cover Latin American cinema, film and media theory, radical film cultures, documentary, film archives, and the relations between cinema and migration. Prior to joining CSULB, he was a postdoctoral fellow at the art department at Universidad Alberto Hurtado in Santiago, Chile, and taught a wide variety of film and media courses at New York University, as well as many other universities. Welcome, Professor Palacios. How are you?
In a very, loose term, if I say, a cinema of resistance, we can mean, all kinds of films that are, in a way, conceived, right, or designed to, call out oppression, fight oppression, demand justice, right? Films that are examining a certain historical or political moment with a critical spirit. And films that are imagining, right, different alternative possibilities for our world, right, for the world that we share together. So when I say, cinema of resistance, and we can, use other terms like, you said, protest, rebellion, struggle, etc. But in general, that kind of oppositional filmmaking practice, and by that definition, it really stands again opposed, or if not directly outside of what we would consider conventional mainstream industrial filmmaking, Hollywood cinema, or any sort of conventional cinema in the different countries of the world, right? So that would be one thing. But I think, we can also think of it in, even, loose, even, more flexible terms than that. And I think, throughout film history, there are many different examples of movements or films that have found creative ways of operating, sort of critiquing or against the very system of which they, in which they are a part of. So let's say, for instance, one of the very first things that comes to my mind is, a film a couple of years ago, like Parasite, the Bong Joon-ho film from South Korea. That it really presents a hilarious critique of capitalism, of class relations, and it's tied to a particular context, right? In East Asia, but it resonates and has echoes that it can be felt in different corners of the world, right? And not only that, but it's a film that is able to not only sweep all the major awards, but in the process of doing that, sort of changing the discourse around, or forcing the industry to change discourses around, for instance, what a foreign language film is, right? And changing the language around that sort of designation. So in that sense, that's also a kind of political action, right? So, and it's not, those kinds of effects, are not necessarily inside the world of the world that is represented in the film, right? But is part of how, the film intervenes in certain spheres, right, of our life. So I think that's another interesting dimension too, right, in relation to that idea of resistance, right? It is how films, participate from our world and provoke certain actions and reactions in our world.
Beyond the Stage is produced by the Carpenter Performing Arts Center at Cal State Long Beach. Views expressed by guests of the show or the host are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of the university.